Why Google traffic? These days, there are many ways that you can get visitor traffic to your website and offers. You can leverage the large social media sites such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and so on for visitor traffic. Then there's YouTube. People love videos, and you can get a lot of free traffic from YouTube if you create the right videos. So why do you even need Google traffic? Well, first of all, Google is probably the most trusted website in the world. Have you ever heard the term just Google it? Of course you have. Google is the biggest website in the world. Each month, it gets more than 92 billion visits. People tend to stay on Google for an average of 11 minutes. You may be wondering how Google compares with the second largest website in the world. This is YouTube.com, and the monthly visits there are a mere 34 billion. Google is a total beast and known just about everywhere in the world. The trust factor is so important. Google users trust the results that they get from the search engine. It has always been Google's aim to serve up the most relevant results for every search query made. Over the years, they have got better and better at doing this. You need to bear in mind that Google will serve up results, which mainly consist of external websites. They cannot possibly vouch for the credibility of all these websites. Is the information provided on these sites accurate? It is impossible for Google to check the validity of any information that the pages they rank contain. Despite this, Google has a very high trust factor. Some people often say, well, if it's on Google, then it must be true. This is not something that we suggest that you blindly accept, but it goes to show you the level of trust that Google has with its users. So if someone does a Google search and finds your web page or video on the first page of the search results, there's going to be an implied trust. This will instantly raise the credibility of your content, and Google users will be willing to check it out. Google traffic is targeted traffic. Because Google works on search queries or keywords, the traffic that you will receive from Google is targeted. Let's say that you are in the dog training niche and you have written an article about how to stop your dog barking when there is someone at the door. If a Google user is looking for this kind of information, they're likely to use keywords like, how can I stop my dog barking when there is someone at the door? Or, stop my dog barking when people come to the door. You get the idea. Therefore, if your article is on the first page of the Google search results, it is completely relevant to the keyword used. Google users want answers to questions, which are the keywords or search terms that they enter. When your content answers the questions, you will get targeted visitors. If you are a dog training expert, you may offer a training course which includes how to stop your dog barking when people come to the door. Therefore, when a visitor arrives from Google on your website, they will be interested in what you have to offer. That is the value of targeted traffic. The alternative to targeted traffic is broad traffic. If someone entered the term dogs into Google or any other search engine, this is a very broad term. What do they want to know about dogs? The different dog breeds? How to feed dogs properly? A percentage of the searchers may want information about dog training, but the majority probably won't. There are a lot of dog lovers on social media platforms like Facebook. So if you run an ad on social media about your dog training course, it is much more difficult to drive targeted traffic from this. You can choose Facebook users that are interested in dogs, but that doesn't mean that they are interested in dog training. Organic Google traffic is free. It may cost you money to rank your web pages on the first page of Google for specific keywords, but once you are there, all of the traffic that you receive will be free. We're going to talk about Google Ads in this training as well because it is another way to obtain high-quality Google traffic. The problem with organic Google traffic is that it can take a while to obtain it. This is not true all of the time, as you will learn later on in this training. However, the bottom line here is that it is much better to get traffic from Google for free than it is to pay for it. People trust organic search results more. Google users trust the organic search results more as well. They know the difference between an ad and an organic result, and the truth is that most Google users will want to avoid ads. So, although running ads on Google can be effective, you are more likely to get better results if your visitors find your content organically. We will explain what you need to do to have the best chance of ranking your content high on Google in this training. Using search engine optimization, SEO principles, you can greatly improve your chances of ranking high in Google. You will have a competitive edge. If you are ranking on the first page of Google for search terms related to your niche and your competitors aren't, it will give you a competitive edge over them. You must be ranking on the first page of results to have this edge. Very few Google users venture past the first page when they are searching. So if your content is on page 2 or beyond, you're not going to get a lot of Google traffic. There are only 10 spots available for page 1 rankings, so you will certainly shut out most of your competitors. In the next video, we will discuss the critical importance of keyword research.